Have you ever worked on a project or got very involved in a good cause and you put your heart and soul into it, expecting that surely you will succeed if you just persist in doing the right things to further the cause or the event? Yet no fruit is produced from all that hard work and dedication that you put into it. You experience setbacks or run into obstacles. Consequently, the temptation to lose faith in ourselves, in others, and even in our God is so strong. But Jesus is reminding us today that what is of God will take a long time. He's calling us to have patience, to be patient, to practice patience, to offer patience to others, and ultimately to cultivate patience. The kingdom of God is like a mustard seed, which grows into a great tree everywhere. It's also like a large measure of flour, which rises with the presence of a small amount of yeast. These two images, the mustard seed and the yeast, are bound by two commonalities. They're both very small in size and amount, and they both need time. First, their smallness. That really calls to mind the sudden and awesome movement from something so tiny and almost invisible aspect of God's kingdom to an inclusive, all-embracing, and universal entity that welcomes all people, especially the poor, the needy, and the marginalized. Perhaps Jesus is saying to us that we ought to look for the kingdom of heaven in the small and the weak, in the insignificant or things that disturb our moral or rational sense. Pope Francis, in his encyclical on the care for our home, invites all of us to be like that mustard seed or that little pinch of yeast in order to be alive to the presence of God in our own lives, and to be sensitive to the needs of those around us. We have to strive in little practical ways to bring a tiny piece of heaven, rather than hell, wherever we go. Now, secondly, there's need for time. Time calls to mind the necessity of patience to see the kingdom of God develop into its fullness. Any farmer or plant enthusiast can tell you that a seed requires a fair amount of time in order to grow into a full-size tree or plant. And you can't hurry the growth. To embody patience is to perform a work of spiritual mercy, whether it's forgiving those who have wronged you or being less critical of others, whether it's walking with someone through their pain, or responding to cynicism and doubt with hope. Where patience is lacking, one often finds fear, lack of trust, a need for control, or anger. This is why patience is such an important virtue to have and a hard one to come by. So next time you find yourself discouraged by the slowness of success of your efforts for what you believe is of God, think of what Archbishop Oscar Romero said in his prayer. And he prays, "It helps now and then to step back and take the long view. The kingdom is not only beyond our efforts, it is even beyond our vision. We are workers, not master builders. Ministers, not messiahs. We are prophets of a future not our own. So may we have the patience that the kingdom will come on earth as it is in heaven."
Thank you for joining us for the celebration of the Mass today. It's a blessing that you are with us. Every broadcast of this liturgy goes out to hundreds of people and hundreds of people all over the world. It's been an enormous blessing. If you'd like to support this virtual ministry of OLPH, please go to our website. You can support this ministry by going to Give Central. so that we can continue to broadcast the liturgy each and every week. Thank you for your support. Most of all, thank you for joining us today. God bless you. Greetings from OLPH.